Hey everyone, and welcome to Brad's Sekaicon retrospective. First off, I'm just going to say, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I am mispronouncing it, I do apologize, but yeah, I'll put the name and subtitles below when I said it, so you know how to spell it. Basically, this is just like my other retrospectives for ColossalCon, OhioCon, MissouriCon, and the other conventions that I do regularly attend. But this one is different because this was the first Sekaicon. So, I want to, do some positive word of mouth and such so that if people are interested in it, hey, they can check it out for the next event that they are hopefully going to have. I do not know anything at all. I'm going to freaking stress that with text. I don't know anything. I'm a casual convention goer, so, I'm just saying nice things about the convention. And if I hear anything, I'll talk about it. Ideally on the Ohio Cosplay Meetups page or whatever. So, yeah. Sekaicon took place at the Cherry Valley Hotel in... Oh, I forget where it is. I know it's down south near Columbus, like middle Ohio. But, yeah. Which I have to say is a nice, wonderful location. Really quick, I'm just going to work in some shots of the venue that I got. These are just a few quick shots of the inner courtyard area. There's a large pond area. There's a nice gazebo. There's good seating and a few other nice spots that I really liked. Right? It's a good area. It does have a convention center or a convention event center connected to it, which is awesome because you don't have to leave the building to get to the convention center or vice versa. Which is very convenient. Like basically there's just going to be a lot of love for the convention. And then just some, thoughts and speculation for the future. Again, I don't know anything. I'm not a consultant. I don't work with the convention. I'm just saying, hey, bear these in mind for the convention. But, yeah, basically, you enter the, hotel lobby and basically, off to the, off to one direction, you've got all of the meeting rooms where they had the various panels. And they had a good variety of panels. I know a couple of the panelists, who hosted panels. My buddy Hal Kozak, I gotta look up the YouTube link, but basically, put that, here, promote them a bit more. And also, one of my other friends from my Lakeland days, Katie. Basically, yeah. I know they host panels, they do good work. If you see their name, in a, for panels, and you don't have anything going on, or you have an interest in what they're talking about, by all means, check it out. I can't list everything that they talk about, but basically, Hal has done, One Piece, a number of things about dubs, and there's a lot on the YouTube channel, so just saying for that. As for Katie, she covered Don at this convention, and has covered Fooly Cooley in the past. And I think there's another panel or two I don't know of. I haven't seen them, but again, I like their work, just saying. So hey, there you go. Free promotion for you guys from the dude who has, I want to say 60 subs at this point. Whatever that means. But yeah, basically, the panels were just off of the lobby, not too far off. Walking to the convention center was a bit farther of a walk, but they did have signage, up, pointing the way. Hey, go down this hallway, turn right here, etc., etc. And registration was right near the exhibitors hall, or the vendors hall, or whatever you want to call it. Basically where they sold all of the stuff. I got a quick bit of video for that I will share. Basically just showing, holy cow, this is a large room.
I'm not sure enough to do that.
Yeah, it was a good-sized room. They had a good number of vendors. I got a number of items from there, and I will talk about them later. Right now, I just want to focus on, the convention, the positives and such, and then I can talk about, what I got and such. Let's see, they also had an arcade. They had PC gaming, and I believe console gaming, with a couple of tournaments going on. I didn't attend them myself, so I can't really speak on them, but hey, you know, that's a good thing to have at a convention. They also had tabletop gaming, and yeah, so that's basically it. You know, the big things of a convention. You know, panels, you know, gaming, vendors, etc. And yeah, so it was very well run. You know, they know what they're doing, and I would, you know, trust them to attend their next convention or event or whatever the heck they have going on, because they did good work. And basically, as far as I have heard, you know, they are a number of people who have worked at other conventions, so they know what they're doing. And, you know, I just want to give a shout out to, you know, the people who ran the event, the volunteers, the staff, etc. Like, everyone that I met and talked to was very nice, polite, you know, in some cases funny. You know, thank you for that. You made the convention going experience very friendly. So thank you for that, honestly, truly, from the deepest part of my heart. Like, genuinely. I'm trying to think of what else to say. One of the other big things I want to say, like I said, the Cherry Valley Hotel was a good place for this event. You know, because everything was so well set up and it worked out. You know, and I want to give credit to the event staff because, you know, you took advantage of the space. You knew how to use it properly. Okay, we're going to have the panels in the meeting rooms over here because we can coordinate that. We have the vendors hall over here. You know, we have all the space for various vendors, as well as an area for artists. You know, I don't know really how to differentiate between artist and vendor. My apologies. But yeah, just saying, you know, they had their areas. Sorry. And also, really quick, thank you to the venue staff as well. At checkouts, the person that was checking us out, you know, said that they really, you know, enjoyed our convention. You know, seeing all the different people and characters and such was cool, and you know, they didn't have any complaints about us. So, you know, really quick, sorry, Valerian. You know, I just want to give, like, you guys a round of applause for that. So, like, honestly, man, thank you for that. You know, it's because we're good and well behaved that people will allow us to have events and then come back and do more events. So, you know, just keep it up. You know, be polite, be good to people. It'll work out for you. Trust me. I know this is rambly, and I'm just trying to get through this really quick because it was 2 weeks ago, and I meant to do this, but Easter and other stuff made me busy. So I think that's basically it. It was a good convention. I would definitely go again. I hope to go again if they host it there next year or somewhere else. I feel like this was a good starting point for the convention. You know, in years to come, it may grow bigger and they may have to find a new location. We'll see what happens. But yeah, overall, like, a good convention. Some things to note for other convention goers that may help you determine whether or not you want to go. I know a lot of the events ended by 1 a.m. You know, it's not like, I want to say Classicon, like, seems to go all weekend. So, like, you could literally be doing stuff, you know, like 3 in the morning, you know, to 6 in the morning or whatever. Like, if you're a crazy, energetic person like that. You know, and that's perfectly fine. Like, I'm talking like, you know, video rooms and stuff like that for watching stuff. But yeah, so, you know, events seem to end about 1 o'clock. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., somewhere in that ballpark. So it's not really a bad amount of time. And like I said, you know, it's connected to a hotel, so a number of people, oh, hey, you know, I'm already here, so I can just go to my room and sleep. And it was nice. You know, like Sekaicon is connected to a number of hotels, so that's convenient. Another convention that I'm going to stop that train of thought there. But yeah, so just saying, it was nice. I think that's really it for what I have to say about the convention and the event. You did well. Thank you for the event. Thank you to the event staff. Thank you to the venue staff. Thank you to the people who were good and polite and, you know, let me take their pictures. Yeah, so 10 out of 10. Would recommend this convention. Please check it out. You know, please check out their website. I believe Sekaicon.com. I will try and put a link or something there so you can check it out and go, ooh, that looks interesting. Or, oh, hey. You know, so I'll just move on to my personal stuff after this. So if you're not here for that, you know, thank you for watching so far. Check out, you know, my other videos under the conventional wisdom playlist. Basically, you know, just covering my experiences at other conventions in case you are interested in OhioCon, MatsuriCon, ColossalCon. I feel like there's one or two more that I should be noting. Like, I know NeonCon is another one, a single day event up here in Lake County of Ohio, but, you know, yeah. So, I'm going to pause here, and I'm going to talk about all the stuff that I got, because it's nice for me. And, you know, some personal shout-outs that I want to make, like I kind of already did. So, yeah, give me 1 second. Cool. Alright, so I'll just start with the stuff that I got. First off, this hat. It is a Luigi hat. I don't know the, you know, group, vendor that was selling the hats. The little sticker here says BioWorld, so maybe them, I don't know. But yeah, I got the Luigi hat. Because, you know, I'm kind of a Luigi type of character. You know, I've got your back, I'll help you save your princess, and also I've got a mansion and I bust ghosts. Metaphorically speaking, let's say. Let's pretend I'm that cool. Also, I'm not rich. So, yeah, that's, I don't know. You know, Luigi obviously is a character that has spoken to me personally, because I'm a younger brother, so I've generally been supporting either Patrick, John, or even on occasion my sister Shannon. But yeah, so I got the hats. I'd considered Waluigi because I've cosplayed Waluigi. I did it with my buddy John for ColossalCon. I forget how long ago it was. But yeah, I figured Luigi's a good hat to start with. And also, like, I wear it like this, you know, backwards. Because as a kid, I had a green Taz hat that I used to wear in this kind of style. And I don't know, like, I think it's in, you know, the closet somewhere. I gotta find it. But this is a good update for me, so I like it. But let's move on to other stuff. And let me take off this hat because it is hot. Summer has finally hit near the end of April. At least some of the heat. No particular order for this stuff. We have a couple of prints that I got, One Piece related. Frankie the Himbo, and I'll like post these pictures individually in my own personal stuff. Brook and Laboon, I had to. I'm a Brook cosplayer, for those who don't know. He's a character from One Piece as well, just like Frankie. That's a theme with me. And also, of course, what is a man to a god? Or sorry, what is a man to a king? And what is a king to a god? Oh my god, like, these were just so great. Like, I saw this initially, I was like, I had to have it. And of course, Brook. And it was 2 for 3, so hey, I got 3. Unfortunately, I do not see a name or group for this, so I cannot promote them, and I am sorry for that. I will try and remember for next time to get a card. Again, one of the big things I try and do whenever I get items at a convention is, you know, get a card so I can help promote people. Generally, they're probably going to be a lot bigger than me, but hey, you know, it's the thought that counts. Next up, we have, I believe the name, yep, Icarus, the Raven Witch. You know, like, I just saw the little hat, little, you know, Raven with the witch hat, and I was like, magic hat. And I was like, I like you. You're my friend. Like, you're not as good a friend as Valerian, but, like, if I make a wizard character and I get a familiar, like, dude, you are on deck. Just saying, okay? So, yeah, that's honestly what that was about. Also going to put all that stuff back in that bag, and I've got, like, 2 or 3 other little bags that I gotta go through. I got a pixel art of Zoro, classic, you know, pre-time skip. Again, I'm a One Piece fan. I really like the character. I thought this looked nice, so I got it. Also, I'm hoping I'm not holding him backwards for you guys. I don't know. But yeah, it looked cool. And ooh, wait. Oh, I got a Laboon magnet. I honestly forget where I got that from. And also I got a Master Hand album. Basically, I guess this is a group that formed in like around August 2024. As far as I can tell, they are a nerdcore group, which my interpretation of that is, they're like a rock band that, does, nerdy related music and such. They were dressed up as various Nintendo characters, Wario, Mario, Donkey Kong, Luigi, and Ness of Smash Brothers or their respective series, etc., etc. I really liked the show. I saw it with Ryan, so I thought, hey, let me get their CD. It was $10. So yeah, that gives me something new to listen to in my car. Whenever I'm cruising around and I can't get my stations, or there's nothing good on the radio. Currently, I've been listening to Ninja Sex Party Under the Covers for like the last couple of years. I'm sorry, Icarus, for cramming you in that bag. So, but yeah, so that was another thing that I forgot to cover that I should have covered. The Master Hand group. They had a concert. I thought it was good. I would definitely check them out. Search them out on social media. All right, moving on to the next bit. I'll show you this in a second. I got myself a mini ocarina. I believe from a group that I've already gotten one from. But yeah, I misplaced that. I know it's somewhere in the room here. I just gotta find it. But I figured another mini ocarina because I like the light blue one. A larger ocarina, which is in this box. I can't show you. I will take a picture of it later. It was the same place. stlocarina.com. Basically, it was like an orange one. I forget what they called it exactly. But yeah, it just appealed to me, and I got it. And yeah, STL Ocarina. And then I got a songbook for learning different ocarina music. Basically, Disney songs. Because that was one of the ones that they had that sounded interesting. I looked through all of them. Give me a second. I looked through all of the various songbooks they had, and that was the most interesting one. They had Lord of the Rings, Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Brothers. Obviously, Mario Brothers, like some of the main things I wanted to, for sure, but I just picked the one for now. Because I'm not even sure if I'm going to, like, take the time to really learn it. It's just a cool accessory, and something, I can just play around with whenever I get bored. Yeah. Like, maybe that's it. Yep. But yeah, I got the bigger one also, because I like the ocarina. I might try it, we'll see how it goes. If nothing else, it's just another cool little thing I'm going to have up on my shelf. I also got, if I can gently pull you out, a nice little LGBTQ plus, Pride Dragon plush, duh. Basically, I may have talked about this before, may not. Basically, I'd say I'm ace. We are part of the LGBTQ community, so hey. And basically, I will call my other little dragon buddy, Prismer. Basically a planned prism. Thing that refracts, I think it's the term, refracts light, into all the separate colors. Like the rainbow, LGBTQ, etc., etc. Pride. Oh, actually, there's there's a little sticker on the side of the bag. It was from Dolphin Productions. Yeah. So if you're interested in, this little plush, check it out. It's very cool. I would certainly check it out. Ooh, I see on here they have an Instagram. At Dolphin Productions Art. I will put, the words below. As well as at Dolphin Productions Art on YouTube. Very cool. Sorry, it's very hot. So I'm trying to do this quickly before I melt. Alright. My last bit of treasure from this event. And honestly, probably some of the coolest stuff. No offense, Prismer. No offense, Icarus. No offense, Ocarina and Hat and other stuff. But, and this is one that I want to shout out also. Like, Basically, grilled purple snakes. Custom anime and manga art. Commissions always open. Unique hand-painted anime art set on backgrounds of real manga pages. They have a website, grilledpurplesnakes.com, and also an email at grilledpurplesnakes, I believe, or that's their Twitter or Instagram or whatever. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't looked yet. But yeah, like they said, they do manga art. So basically, Sanji of One Piece, again, I know, basically during one of the iconic fights that he's had. This is against a large wolf man named Jabra. Basically, this is where he unveiled his, I'm going to say secret technique, his new technique, Diablo Jamba, where basically he rotates so fast that he literally lights his foot ablaze so that he causes burning damage with his kicks, because that's how he fights, he kicks. But yeah, like, I saw that, like, Ryan checked them out first. He got a couple of pieces from them. I checked them out, and I saw, this, as well as my other piece I'm going to talk about in a minute. And yeah, I really liked it. Like, they did some great stuff. They got Sanji obviously pointing iconically, as well as, shots of him fighting with Jabra, a couple of shots from Alabasta. Yeah, that's all I got. I really liked it. Sanji's one of my main characters. Basically, Zoro, Sanji, and Brook are my big three, personally. And yeah, so I wanted to get this, because they did not have, I think they sold the last Zoro piece to Ryan. They didn't have Gohan from Dragon Ball Z, or, Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho, unfortunately. But, they had a number of cool different things, from classic stuff, to more modern stuff. I couldn't list everything because I don't know everything, and I'm not caught up in current stuff, so yeah, just, I don't know, like I said, I showed you the card. I will, put the information below. Feel free to check them out. And then the other thing that I got was, yeah, that's Goku going Super Saiyan. Basically, the first time on Namek. Well, he is already Super Saiyan in that picture. But yeah, that's like, obviously an iconic moment in anime history. For a number of us. And I saw that and I had to have it. Now, if they'd had Gohan going Super Saiyan level 2, I would have gotten that. I did ask. Unfortunately, they didn't have it, which stinks. But yeah, I think, it was a great purchase from them. It was well worth it. Let's see. Any other shoutouts that I would like to make really quick? Oh, for sure. At the photo shoots, Maddening Love Cosplay ran the horror photo shoot. Boom. And also, their information and such. Basically, they're cosplayers who enjoy horror, cosplay horror regularly, and, are trying to bring, horror to, pop culture and anime conventions. I believe I've seen them also at MatsuriCon and ColossalCon. I believe. Don't quote me on that. But, yeah, they said, hey, if you, do anything with us, please feel free to shout us out. We're trying to get support, etc., etc. So, yeah, there you go. Maddening Love Cosplay. Check them out if you like horror cosplay. Or other cosplay, potentially. I don't know. I see them very infrequently, and I'm unofficially shouting them out. I don't know what else to say. Besides, it is boiling. And yeah, like I said before, earlier in the video, I had a good time at Sekaicon. I can't wait to see, what happens and grows with it over the next, couple years. Fingers crossed that they do keep doing this, because it's a good event. I may be dropping one of my other regularly, scheduled conventions, unfortunately. And this would be a great one to pick up, in my opinion. Yeah, so that's it. Sekaicon was fun. I had a good time. I got some good stuff. I got shout outs. My good friends. Also, really quick, I'll shout out Hal Kozak and Katie Bold again. Because they're good panelists and they're my friends. I will shout out Ryan for getting me a room with, him and our friends Michael and Hal. And also, I should shout out, I keep forgetting, High Voltage Cosplay Photography. We are on Facebook. Basically, Ryan, Michael, and I, post pictures to the Facebook page. We're just regular convention attendees who do show up at various shoots and get pictures, as well as getting pictures on the floor. We're just cosplayers that want to support other cosplayers. That's basically what it is as far as I can tell. Ryan and Michael formed the page/group. I am just a contributor for the page. I'm trying to engage a bit more social media-wise, for the group as I can. Like, oh, hey, we're going to Sekaicon this weekend, keep an eye out for us. Or, oh, hey, if you were at Sekaicon, show us pictures, yada yada, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'm not sure we have, like, a real big goal in mind. It's just, hey, here's a good place, for us to collaborate and put all of our stuff together. And yeah, so I'm going to keep doing that as long as I can. And, hey, if you want to check out my stuff, by all means, check that out. Check out High Voltage Cosplay Photography there. If you're watching this, feel free to check out my other videos. I'm going to try and do a bit more YouTube stuff. Not YouTube stuff. D&D stuff. Thank you. In the coming months. Basically, I've been working on my campaign. I'm somewhere in year 1 with the videos that I've posted, but I'm into year 3 of the campaign itself, of 4 years. Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos. See, this is why I'm a casual YouTuber. I am ad-libbing all this stuff, and it's hot. And I want to be done. So again, thank you for watching, thank you for listening to me ramble, and hey, hopefully you have a good day. And if you're at Sekaicon, you'll feel free to, comment below your thoughts, opinions, and ideas and suggestions for the future. Who knows, maybe somebody who is actually with the convention will hear you. And at worst, I'll see them and I'll go, And, maybe say them casually to somebody or something, I don't know. Something will happen, maybe, potentially. You don't know if you don't try. Yeah, and with that said, have fun, stay safe, keep hydrated, and of course, remember, every character has a story to tell. I'm Valiant Bradley James, cosplayer, photographer, convention attendee, and this was my time at Sekaicon. Peace.